So Sushi Confidential's model is changing the face of sushi through education, innovation, and artistry. One big thing is we want to educate the customers. Education is very important to me. We want to be innovative in the things we do. We're using a lot of electronics here. We're trying to make service a lot faster by using iPads and different types of technology. We have TV screens in here that we're eventually going to use to be able to transfer knowledge and educational material to the consumer. We're really big on education. There's a big movement for sustainable sushi. There's a lot of fish that's being overfished. Or a lot of bycaught fish. If you're fishing for a particular type of fish, but you're catching other types and killing them is not a good thing. Or there's a lot of overfeeding with farm-raised fish, where you're actually providing a very good product, but you're destroying other types of the fishing industry. For example, you have tuna, where you'll have bluefin tuna that are caught young, small sizes, that are put into these pens in the ocean. And then they're overfishing the sardine population to overfeed the tuna population. It's providing a great product for the consumer, but we're destroying other environments by doing that. So we want to make sure that we're innovating, we're educating, and at the same time providing an artistic design to the sushi and the environment that we have here. We're an Asian fusion environment. We're trying to provide a great dining experience through the interior, through the types of food, as well as through the personal interactions that the chefs want to have with the consumer, as well as our servers. And having knowledgeable servers will be able to, at the same time, educate our guests on what's acceptable, what's not, in the sustainable area, as well as educating them that we do have vegetarian options and things like that. So I grew up in San Diego. We term it America's finest city because it's always sunny down there. The weather's always 70, 75 degrees. And everyone always says, do you miss San Diego? And I'm like, you know what? I'm in Campbell. Campbell has a very similar weather pattern. We have a front patio at Sushi Confidential. And the bonus about this front patio is we can use it about 8, 9, maybe even 10 months out of the year. We do get some weather here in the winter, but when we were first opening up this location in the beginning of January, January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, it was 75 degrees outside. It reminded me of San Diego. So Campbell has great weather. The local community comes out and enjoys it. A lot of the restaurants in downtown Campbell have front open patios that people just love to enjoy sitting, people watching, enjoying the weather and enjoying the food. So when I graduated Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo, and I moved up to the Bay Area for my biotech career, I moved to Mountain View. I lived in Mountain View for about 3 years. After that, I moved down to Campbell. I rented a house for a few years, and I eventually bought in Campbell. I wish I was walking distance to the restaurant, but I'm not. But I am a Campbell resident, and it's kind of cool to live in a city that I now work in, as well as get to know the community and have a lot of things that are in common. So when I graduated college and I moved up to the Bay Area, I came up here for biotech, but it was during kind of the dot-com bubble when there was a lot of people moving up to the Bay Area for high-tech jobs. There was a lot of friends of mine from Cal Poly that ended up coming up here, and we've continued to be friends over the years. Me moving into the restaurant industry and being so close to this high-tech environment has been great. We want to be able to leverage a lot of the technology that the Silicon Valley has to offer and somehow put it into this restaurant, whether it's using iPads instead of a notepad to take your order, whether it's a good way to be able to educate the consumer by showing them videos or some sort of app that they can download. So we're in a perfect place to be able to combine changing the face of sushi in a number of different ways, as well as seeing the Silicon Valley changing the face of the world with technology. So about 3 years ago, I spun off my Sushi Randy catering business. Catering usually comes after owning a restaurant, but I didn't have the location yet. So I thought, I don't have the restaurant yet, but I have so many people that want to do private parties, they want to do corporate team building events, or they simply want to learn how to make sushi. So I kind of spun it off as a fun little gig on the side on weekends, and just through word of mouth, it's kind of exploded over the last few years. And actually, because of the success of the catering business, through a lot of corporations, through a lot of private parties that I've done, it gave me the confidence that, okay, I'm ready to open up a sushi restaurant. There's always a fear with opening up restaurants. You hear all these horror stories, how they fail. And I've tried to do everything in my power to double check and triple check and make sure that I did have the clients, I did have the competent staff behind me to be able to support this. Doing catering, it was me and a couple other people. But opening up a restaurant, it takes a team of people. I can't be that entire team. I needed good help, and I was able to find it. So even though I'm kind of the face of the restaurant, it's not just me. There's so many people behind me that make this work and gave me the dream that I've always wanted, and that's to open up a sushi restaurant.